Hello, and welcome once again. I'm Steel Walrus, you are awesome, and I had a little technical oopsie, so the first part of this episode doesn't exist, but we're back. We're doing a new player-friendly walkthrough of Star Trek Online, the main storyline of it, but we'll also be touching on some other things as we go along. We got our first mission. We're here to talk to an ambassador from Vulcan named Soketh, who wants to go to Pajem, which you may be familiar with from Enterprise. And so right now we've got to convince the guy that allows people to go to Pajem to allow Soketh to go to Pajem, because Soketh is being sketchy. Because he's been around, I guess, not Vulcans so much that it kind of, rubs Vulcans the wrong way. Anyhow, let's go ahead and kick this off.
Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Is there any way
I will permit it if you will pledge to me, on your honor as a Starfleet officer, that you will protect Pajem from harm. Soketh says his reasons for wanting to speak to the abbot are private. I will accept that, but only if you are with him. I know I can trust Starfleet. Please, protect Pajem from any who would violate its sanctity.
Alright, we'll go ahead and give our word.
Welcome to Vulcan.
Yes, thank you.
Do you have any questions?
Okay, we're not going to really dig. We're just going to...
Excellent. Our departure has been delayed long enough by the whims of one man. I am prepared for the journey and can leave immediately.
Though I have to be honest, there is something that kind of rubs me a little wrong about Soketh. Not sure what it is. Okay. And you'll notice sometimes they'll just go ahead and do some of the conversation out and just in those little speech bubbles, which I think is neat. It kind of makes it a little hard sometimes to keep up with what's going on if there's a lot of that, or if there's just a lot of other stuff moving around, but for the most part, it does what it needs to do. Alright, we can go ahead and board the shuttle and go back to the ship.
Starfleet shuttlecraft, we have logged your flight trajectory, and you are cleared for departure. Live long and prosper.
So it's pretty straightforward, kind of a milk run. And now we can talk about the things that I talked about before, kind of as we go along. We'll go through this little bridge thing here. And now we're out in space, we can depart the system. And we've got a couple of different ways we can choose to go to Pajem. Now, typically in your first time in the overworld map, which, by the way, you have an
inventory has a replica.
We're not going to take care of that just yet. So, once you're in the overworld map, typically the first time you'll actually get kind of a rundown with a voiceover from Leonard Nimoy himself of what the political situation in the sector is, or in the quadrant is, which is pretty cool. I am glad they got him to do that while he was still alive. That being said, we can either right-click or left-click on our destination and set a course, and the ship will automatically turn and head that way. So there's that, which is, for this short distance, probably the best way to go about it. We also have transwarp here, and you guys will see that when the time arises. For now, let's go ahead and do the mission we have been assigned. So we're going to put our sensors on maximum. There's apparently some hinky stuff going on. Oh, Klingons! Well, alright, so now we can learn about ship combat.
To all Klingon vessels, target their warp drive. There will be no escaping our vengeance this time.
Vengeance? Alright. We actually don't want... We actually don't want to have this on auto fire. You can right click on things. Hold on. You can right click on things to have them auto fire, which is really nice. Also, you notice that it can get pretty smoky sometimes. Your maximum engagement range is going to be 10 kilometers, always. That's just the way it is. And it is often best to take down enemy shields before firing torpedoes. Torpedoes don't do a whole lot to shields. So just keep that in mind. We'll talk more about that later, I guess.
Captain. Perhaps today is a day for words. My fellow captains were blinded by our vengeance toward the shapeshifter aboard your vessel. They have died with honor. But if I am to die this day, then I would prefer to regale the halls of Stovalkor with the tale of that foul creature's death.
Shapeshifter?
Ha! So even the mighty Federation has been fooled by the beast. Your guest from Vulcan is not as he or she seems, Captain. They are an Undine. They put on a false face and try to control us, but we Klingons know better. We will hunt them down until the last of these honorless dogs dies screaming.
Citation needed.
Proof? Pah! Allow me to stick a blade in its belly while I look it in the eye while it dies. That should be proof enough, even for Starfleet.
Noted.
If you wish the honor of the kill yourself, then it is yours to have. So long as the Undine dies, I will meet my death with eyes wide open and victory in my heart. I await your decision. Cloak.
Alright. I kind of got tired of it. TPH. Alright, so let's discuss the Undine with our tactical officer. They're physically superior to humans and consider anyone from our dimension, remember they're from fluid space, to be an inferior life form. The vessels are more than a match for the Borg. They represent a great threat to Starfleet. And where is Soketh? He's still in his quarters. I recommend sending security detail to detain the ambassador until we're certain of his identity. Talk to science. First encountered by the Voyager. Cataloged as 8472. Klingon commander indicated they are indeed capable of shapeshifting. And of course they are also telepathic. We can't rule it out. Alright, so that would violate his immunity to run tests on him. Okay. Gotcha.
My patience is growing thin, Captain. If you lack the stomach to slay the beast aboard your vessel, then any Klingon here would gladly do it for you. I'd hate for you to stain that pretty Starfleet uniform with Undine blood.
I feel like the Klingons are much more TOS Klingon.
Then the
They're a little
beast
bit
is
more
slain?
cheesier.
Makar! Very good. Perhaps you've the heart of a warrior after all. Let me look upon our enemy, and tonight we will dine together as warriors and drink to the honored dead.
Captain, I take my meditations very seriously. Why have I been summoned to the bridge?
Alive? You're a fool, Captain! Strike now before it's too late! You want proof? Then lower your shields and allow me to beam over. Once the Undine's blood coats my blade, you'll see it for what it truly is. A Grint hound in Tark's clothing.
There's no need, Captain. The situation is not difficult to unravel. My concern lies in the logic of you entertaining this Klingon's meritless claim. A most illogical conclusion. Allow us to examine.
Listen, I may just hand Zoketh over because I don't like him.
You have a crippled Klingon vessel, whose captain has made unsubstantiated claims that I am an Undine, a species that is known to both the Federation and the Klingon Empire as a considerable threat. Potentially, but only if a great many other factors were to be true. Is it not much more likely that the Klingons have, in the face of defeat, instead sought to exploit Starfleet's desire for peaceful resolutions to conflict in order to repair their vessel and renew their assault?
Okay, he's got a point. Uh-oh.
A true warrior strikes without mercy, Captain. I only hope to teach you this lesson personally before the Undine does. We may not be able to best your vessel, but a Klingon knows many roads to victory. The beast may have evaded my vengeance for now, but I can still ruin its plans here at P'Jem.
Oh. And they're gone. Okay. We've got Klingons beaming down.
A wise precaution. Though I admit I am eager to see my people safe, I will await word until the monastery is secured. And Captain, let not my journey here be for naught.
Okay.
A wise precaution.
That was the same conversation that had just been had, so I don't know why it kicked it through twice, but it did. Anyhow, so something we're going to do once we hit the ground here is we're going to kind of look through our stuff. Now, I sort of skipped over it in the past, but we're not going to today. You want to make sure that you've got kit and stuff equipped. You want to make sure that your characters are equipped. You notice I just pressed this button up here. You can also press K, and that's going to open that menu, and you can kind of click around on it. So I don't have any personal ground stats. That's something that's kind of important to have. What I'm going to do is set up my traits that I want to have, which give me little bonuses with pistols and rifles. And then I'm also going to do it for space. But mostly we're just checking on some other things. Alright, and we want to make sure that all our crew are actually carrying stuff. Carrying their equipment and some armor. Which don't seem to have too much of, but it's a good start. Alright, so we've got everybody kinda equipped here. And we're going to press our V key. Now our V key is going to show us anomalies in the area we're going to keep an eye out for. That said, for right now, we also have to focus on fighting the enemy. You'll see that, like it says, you can do flanking damage to your enemies, which is pretty cool. Let's try that. Let's see if we can get a... accidentally tried to do a... You see that? Now we got a little damage bonus there. Let's press V real quick, and I'll show you. This I don't think requires anything special, so this is just a loot crate you can find. Gonna take all of it. It's even got some Klingon food. I guess the Vulcans were ready for the Klingons to come stop by and say howdy. There you go. Alright, another thing we can do is if you press X, your X-ray key, you can aim down, basically aim down the sights of your gun. It gives you a little boost. And if you crouch, you're going to be even more accurate. However, you are going to be more prone to like melee attacks and such. So I don't recommend it if you're really big into close quarters. Let's go ahead and grab this box. What's in the box? Okay. Power cells and hypos. Nice. It's not bad. Now, these are not super valuable things. These crates are not going to change your life if you open them. But they are going to give you stuff that's going to make your life easier. Because occasionally, the fights in this game are fairly straightforward. But occasionally you're going to get into something that will kick your ass. Like, just straight up will cause you problems. And see, I took flanking damage. You'll notice you get a little indicator if you're getting flanking damage. We're going to open this crate. Some more hypos. Again, these things are real handy. Now, that's actually a good thing that I hadn't discussed just yet. So, this button here is a kit item. So you can get special extra stuff, like being able to put down turrets, or personal shields and things like that. For example, I got a photonic grenade, which is really cool. But you want to make sure you're using those when you can. And over here is an anomaly. Now, my thing didn't point to it because there's probably something closer, but right here is duranium ore. And you can use this for crafting, you can use it for, you know, just selling. But you go ahead and you want to match these wavelengths up. It's generally pretty straightforward. I even got some dilithium out of it, which is pretty valuable. It's gonna take me a little while to remember everything, so I'm kind of walking through this tutorial with you guys in a lot of ways. But yeah, duranium ore is really handy for a lot of things. Oh, and you got to jump out of those red circles, so it will, because it's an MMO. And a lot of games have those like warning type things going on. It will show you, you know, where things are going to hit, where powers are going to hit. And yeah, like it says, it'll give you just a second to kind of...
I have terrible news. Vulcan security forces have discovered the body of Ambassador Soketh.
Oh no.
They have determined that he was killed by a phaser blast
Le
at short
shock.
range. His remains were discovered in a stasis chamber hidden in a cavern beneath the Ambassador's residence. The Ambassador on your ship, the one that I have been working for, is an impostor.
Dun dun dun! Yes.
You need to be very careful. This impostor was able to fool Soketh's closest associates for months. He is crafty and very patient. Now that he has been discovered, he will be dangerous.
Continue. Captain, security teams have reached Ambassador Soketh's quarters, but he's gone. They've searched the ship, but... Sir, unauthorized use of the transporters detected. Continue. The Vulcan government is requesting that the impostor Soketh be detained and returned to Vulcan for questioning. Whoever used the transporter erased the logs, but I have a feeling that the impostor is on the planet's surface. I recommend we locate him immediately. We'll find him. That was very poorly voice acted on my part. But I'm not a voice actor, so maha, and that's the
Such
cold read.
emotion on your face. I see now my deception has been
I am so
exposed.
out of patience for this bastard.
Pity. Capturing the abbot so we could replace him as well would have been beneficial.
Homie sounds like
But
a
we are
Reddit
strong.
moderator.
We will prevail. You are weak, and the weak shall perish.
Oh, I should have gotten a... Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that wouldn't have been a good screenshot, because it would have been a spoiler. Where'd you go? Oh, there he is. Meh. Somebody's gonna be flanking you. Don't you run, you leggy ass motherfucker. Oh, I think we beat him so hard that he just left. Okay, we'll return to the Ela and search for the Undine ship. We'll need to find the Undine to take it back to Starfleet. We're not going to do that yet. Nope. Take items. Nice. Polyweave. Take items. Nice. Disruptor. Very cool. And we'll go ahead and beam up. There are some anomalies, but I'm not going to be super thorough since I am playing on camera. Let's go ahead and beam on up. I really like the character I've made. I hope y'all do too. And I hope you guys that are playing this come to make characters that you really enjoy. There's an Undine ship on intercept course. Continue. Sir, the Ela doesn't have the armaments to handle an Undine attack. Starfleet reports that it is sending ships to assist us, but they are about 60 seconds out. We have to hold out until the reinforcements get here, Captain. If we target their torpedoes, we might have a chance. Okay, so we can tab. Again, this game has tab targeting. Oh, wow. Get some distance between us. That was unkind, sir. We got 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the cavalry has arrived. There we go. Have at 'em, boys. Let's go. Now, I am just throwing everything I have at the Undine shields at this point. Because to do anything less is honestly just not a good choice. These things are very tough. Still not quite getting through when I need them to. Get in there, Challenger. go. Oof, and got a little wind off the explosion. That's okay. Scan the ship. Hey! We got an achievement, which is awesome. Let's go with the message. Message from the Challenger, Captain Ray. That's going to be
This is Captain LaForge of the USS Challenger. Glad to see we made it here in time to lend you a hand. Perhaps you'll return the favor someday. LaForge out.
Nice. That's awesome. We got to see Geordi LaForge. That's really cool. I remember growing up watching, like, Reading Rainbow and obviously watching Next Generation. He's a fun character.
Was an Undine? I'm afraid their infiltration of the Federation goes much deeper than we realized. Who knows what kind of havoc they could create?
Indeed. Continue.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Alright, we just got a promotion. That's awesome. We'll have another mission coming. That being said, let's call this episode here. I appreciate y'all watching. Hopefully you'll stick around for the next one. We're going to hit the next mission in the series.
I've received a report there is a Bolian freighter that is overdue arriving at Earth space dock.
And
it may need assistance.
I'm going to click this. So, we'll hail him and hit that mission on the next episode. Anyhow, be sure to comment with any questions you have, anything you want to see about the game that you're really looking forward to or really want me to cover. And, yeah. Thanks so much for watching. It means a lot to me to see the views go up and see you guys enjoying it. Alright. I've been Steel Walrus. You've been awesome. Peace out. And because this is Star Trek, you know I've got to say it. Live long and prosper.